Alright, so we're going to talk about AT&T on this video, and if we go to the monthly chart, since bottoming out at say $14, price seems to be fighting with this monthly downtrend line, which has its origins up from nearly $30 from back in January of 2020. Now, the most recent news that AT&T has been in goes back several months when Wall Street Journal issued a report stating how their cables, their pipes on the ground were lead infested, and it was going to cost X amount of dollars. After reassessing, that dollar figure was a lot lower, and so from there the buyer stepped in and pushed price up roughly $2 to $3. But as you can see from the monthly chart, price has just been basing around this, again, this downtrend line. And price is not going to go higher until we at least get a candle close, again on the monthly chart, above this trend line. The green signifies target, so target 1 has been hit already. Have another target at $20, and then final target at 23. Final meaning just kind of short to midterm. Scrolling down to the weekly chart, you can see that basing a bit clearer, and there is no trend formed. However, what you can say is there is a level of interest in the form of buyers. And let's go over that formation. You have the rally in price. You have one basing candle and then the rally out. So this is kind of like your legging candle, basing candle, and then the leg out. And so that would be, let's say, weekly buyers at 15, let's say 60. You could also look at the bottoming out process as a W pattern. May not be clear. And typically what happens is price wants to retest the apex, which also is in alignment with the weekly bias level. So, ideally what you want to see is, say, a monthly candle close, a retest, and then the next move higher. All right, so let's get into some news. So telecom giant AT&T slightly missed expectations. This is going back to the 27th. For revenue and earnings, while it reported its first quarter results, but those headlines figures don't tell the entire story. So AT&T produced $3.1 billion in free cash flow during Q1, and it maintained its guidance calling for between 17 and 18 billion in free cash flow for the full year. While overall mobility revenue was flat in the first quarter, a drop in equipment revenue was entirely to blame. Now, AT&T reported 349,000 net postpaid phone additions in the first quarter, while this churn dropped to a record low of 0.72%. Company now has 71.6 million postpaid phone subscribers, and each of them are averaging spends of roughly $65 per month. Now, the AT&T legacy wireline business is in perpetual decline, while AT&T is struggling to offset this decline in revenue among business customers. The company is having much more success on the consumer side. So demand for AT&T's legacy broadband services is shrinking, but the company's fiber internet service is picking up the slack. Fiber revenue grew by 20% in Q1 as AT&T added 252,000 net subscribers. Fiber now accounts for the majority of AT&T customers' broadband revenue. Now, AT&T results in both its wireless and broadband businesses will ebb and flow along with the economy. The company also has a debt-heavy balance sheet, which may be given some investors pause. But AT&T remains a dividend play despite the debt. It does have cash flow, and so Don't expect huge movements on the stock, but it's safe to say that the bottoms are in. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, please like the video.